So to close the day, having thanked all of you and thanked everyone who's participated today, I'd now like to invite Ray Udkirk, if he's with us, he's the Deputy Principal of the BRIT School, who is going to introduce the closing performance by students from the BRIT School. And I think, Ray, I can see you appearing at the top of my screen, just in the nick of time. So welcome, and over to you.
I'm so pleased that that was the nick of time. Excellent. Thank you so much. So just a brief introduction. I don't actually know what's already been said, but I'm one of the assistant principals at the BRIT School. And I'm actually in the library. And I don't know if you might not be able to see behind me, but we've got a display. I'm going to move. I'm just going to show you this. We've got a display which is our BRIT Goes Green and BRIT Earth, which I'm going to mention, our sort of campaign of awareness. But the BRIT School, if you don't know, is, I would say it's a free state school. I think that's important because sometimes people think that it's fee paying. We have about 1,400 young people with us, and we are a 14 to 19 provider. So it's perhaps a little different to some schools, and young people apply to study here effectively based on the art form that they love, and their creative passion is probably the thing we're looking for, not necessarily talent. But our mission in a nutshell is to develop and nurture young people for careers, and I say careers in its sort of multiplicity, in the arts, whatever that might be. Obviously, we're super keen on the transferable skills of the arts as well. And sometimes we're known for certain art forms, but we actually run 9 different sort of specialized areas, from music to dance to musical theatre to community arts practice and theatre. But also we have what we call the creative arts of interactive digital design, visual arts and design, film and media production, and also, very interestingly, production arts, all of the backstage sort of elements that young people would develop. And I think, like all schools, we are committed to the curriculum areas as well, but it's absolutely the case that it's a bit topsy-turvy compared to some schools, that the arts, we have these conversations about explaining why maths and English are important to young people who sometimes believe the arts are the most important thing, which in the education world is quite extraordinary. So we're in Croydon, Selhurst. We do take students from across the country to an extent, but we are mostly, most of our cohort is from Greater London. In terms of climate action, I've been privileged to do a lot of work leading that in the school. We worked initially with some fantastic people from Julie's Bicycle a few years ago, who were fantastic, Catherine and Will, really galvanized some of our thinking on the practical elements of recycling and looking at energy and so on and so forth. The thing I probably wanted to highlight before hopefully sharing the exciting work that you'll get to see, just sort of a short selection of work, is that because we have all these young people with creative voices, I would say that one of the really exciting things that we've focused on is giving them platforms, whether that be digital or live, to enable their voices through their arts to be heard in relation to whether it's climate emergency. We have been focusing, interestingly recently, we deliberately focused on the earth and the positive elements about how young people can respond to what the earth means to them. I would just give a little plug to, if you go to our school website, you'll see BRIT Now, BRIT Earth Edition. And some of the material, we've just got a very small selection for you to share now, but there's a lot of material from 14-year-olds to 18-year-olds across the art forms. And what's been brilliant about that is that, I mean, some people say art changes the world. We had a masterclass with Billy Bragg recently who said, music does not change the world. Art does not change the world.
A little girl can't change the world. That's absurd. Well, I've got 2 words for you. Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg, a woman of our era, making our actions clearer and clearer, yet still there are some disbelievers. The planet is dying, it's crying acid rain, and the previous generations are the ones to blame. But they dismiss the facts. Society doesn't learn. They sit there and watch our Amazons burn, yet we are the ones who suffer their spurn. There's more CO2 in the air than ever in history, but corporations hide it and say it's a mystery. You want more facts? This one will get you thinking. Indonesia's capital city is sinking. In 10 years' time, Earth's resources will be gone. Yet the oil companies still go on, funding lobbies to block climate change policies. They're trying to block climate change policies. Wake up! Open your eyes. This isn't fake news. Look around and ask yourself, what are you willing to lose? A whole generation can change the world. It's not absurd. So raise the alarm and let your voices be heard.
What's more elegant than nature? More powerful and peaceful? What has as much beauty and sadness and sorrow? And how can we justify this proliferation of a problem? The destruction. We just bury our heads and continue with this construction. We live in a society. Don't lie to me. We live in nature. We live for nature. And when we forget it, we'll only wish we could regret it. Because at the end of the day, what is more perfect than this planet Earth? So don't forget it.
Some boys kiss me, some boys to reappear. No, I shouldn't live in a rush. Just move on and accept the stuff. But no, it don't feel like enough. So just wait for the daylight. For the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah. For the daylight. For the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's my prime time when I'm high on beautiful feelings, and I know now that that feeling could never last. But that's the beauty of a moment. Don't capture it, don't try to hold it. Let it pass, that's how a moment lasts. That's how a moment lasts. For the daylight. Live for the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah. For the daylight. Live for the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah. Live for the daylight. Live for the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah. Live for the daylight. Live for the daylight, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Ray.
Amazing, Ray. Amazing.
Good luck.
You've got more. Check the webpage, BRIT Now, BRIT Now, BRIT Earth, and see some of the, especially some of the visual art and design work as well. There's some really, really cool interactive digital design that they've done. I saw a student today. It's not there. It's a piece done on Procreate of the Australian forest burning, and I don't really know about this stuff, but she told me it took 6,794 individual strokes on the computer device, and it took her 9 hours 47 minutes because it gets timed, so you know how long your artwork takes. Anyway, it's a really detailed piece. Yeah, there's something about the power of young people's art to just ultimately cut through the, it's so powerful. So that's what we're doing, and an annual event. But October, we should stay in touch, because October, our BRIT Earth Live event is going to be an evening, hopefully restrictions not in place. We'll probably stream as well. So it'd be good to connect and get people connected with that.